there's more to this than what Powell and everybody's talking about. Powell this morning, is he going to fire Powell? I mean, at the end of the day, Powell's term comes up in May of next year. Powell's gone. I mean, get over it. Powell is gone. Whether it happens in May of 2025 or May in 2026, it's just a matter of time, and the end result is going to be the same. What I think is more interesting and not being talked about this morning is that China's upped the ante in this trade war big time, and it's a lot bigger than I think people realize. With President Xi in China basically saying to other nations, if you form a trade deal with the United States that impairs Beijing, we will not be dealing with you. So it's almost very sophomoric in a way, whereas if you're friends with him, you can't be a friend of mine. Very, very high school, if you will, or even grammar school even. It's a big deal because now you're looking at countries really in a box. Like, how does the EU
Yep.
respond? How does Latin America respond? How does Japan and Asia respond? If we do a deal with the United States, will then China cut us off, and vice versa? We don't know. The Trump may turn around and do the same thing. So you've got both countries, the two largest economies of the world, trying to build a consortium of allies so that they can pit themselves one against the other. Who's got more friends, if you will? Who's got more trade deals? And at the end of the day, it's fracturing the entire global economy. And I think this is much, much bigger than Powell, to be honest.
What are traders saying out there to you, Vince? I mean, do we have any conviction selling that might suggest we may be at an end to this, or not so much yet?
I don't think we're at an end to it. I think
Yep.
one of the tells to me is look at the steepening of the curves. You get 530s at 95 basis points. What basically traders are telling you is, look, regardless of the situation with the Federal Reserve and Trump putting pressure, the Fed has said they're going to stand pat for a while. So we're not seeing anything where there's an inclination that short-term yields are a little bit lower, but not on the fact that I think Powell or the Fed is going to cut, although odds have increased that a cut is coming in June. I think more in the fact that with this kind of pressure, you're going to see potentially longer term inflation expectations, and that will steepen the curve, and that's really, really not good for the economy. I mean, in the long run, that's what people seeing, higher inflation, lower growth. And we're seeing it in crude futures as well. WTI at down 2.5% on the day. It's just not a good picture. It's painting that stagflation sort of scenario, and with that, it's hard to see a bottom in this right now.